Yo, what's up? Yeah, it's so spiritual, Shane, and I'm fucking flying. Now, I do a lot of psychedelics. I probably have a flood dose every 3 days at least. Because if I don't, there's a very distinct contrast in my energy output and just my energy reserves in general. Without that afterglow effect, I'm lethargic, I'm dispassionate, apathetic, and just overall kind of a grumpy chump. But if I'm within that afterglow period, I'm close to a nice, reasonably optimistic guy. And I would say even before that, in the stage of what catalyzed that afterglow. So basically, when I was tripping, I would say I probably, and my psychologist even said this, he said, you function better on psychedelics. I was so used to going there and taking acid that sometimes I just wouldn't tell him, and I would just go along, not along, and then be like, hey, I'm on acid, and he'd be like, oh, I had no fucking idea. And he'd be like, yeah, you actually do seem to function better. I don't know, it's just things are a little bit more fluid. I'm able to turn off parts of my brain that are usually going and just motoring away, and they really don't have to be. And there definitely is a huge pain relief aspect to macro doses of stuff like psilocybin. Actually, it's hard for me to say if there's legitimately analgesic properties or whether it is kind of like THC where I find, anyways, this is just my opinion, maybe it legitimately does kill people's pain, but other people have said the same thing, that essentially it's not a painkiller, it's providing alternate signals for your brain to focus on, so you don't have to just focus on the pain signal. So it's kind of like a distraction in a way. And if I found out anything over the years of chronic pain, which is most of my life, that a distraction is essentially the best painkiller. In a world where nothing fucking works, distraction is the best painkiller. But, and so, obviously with macrodoses of psychedelics, there are a host of distractions at hand. But, a part of me wonders, because, we have these receptors in our brains that are receptive to serotonin and so forth, and they've been around since we were hominids, and it almost seems like they at one point produced enough to where we would just trip on the regular because of an abundance of serotonin. But as Alexander Shulgin pointed out, that would not be a necessity for survival in a pre-hominid species when they're going, hey, look at the cool patterns on the tooth of this saber-toothed tiger. Isn't that nice? Yeah, that species would not survive for very long, but since we all fucking hell, dude. Jesus Christ, witness me almost get hit by a fucking car. Happens more than you'd think. Christ.
You're gonna be in less control.
The abundance of fatally stupid people on the road in the city is legitimately concerning. I'm not even joking, nor am I being hyperbolic, but as I was saying, it's now that we live in relative comfort, depending on your circumstances, of course, some people, I'm sure, are living in complete hell and like really have to be on their toes and have to put those survival attributes to the test on a daily basis. But if you don't have to do that, and you were to do psychedelics, and I mean, depending on how you react to them, I mean, I react to them in a way where I feel like I can function better. But not everyone's like that. I am certainly not someone who's trying to sell people, like sell the human race on, oh my god, you'd be so much better if we all fucking dropped acid. Shut the fuck up, those people. That would just make like a good portion of the planet stark raving mad. Because there are a lot of people with either underlying histories of bipolar or just straight up bipolar or like anything else that could be potentially awakened before it has to. I mean, people who tend to get stuff like bipolar and whatever, schizoaffective disorder from taking psychedelics, which is really the only risk, is there are people who would experience that anyways at some point in their life. Like something would have triggered it at some point, be it stress or some sort of environmental factor. But yes, you can make the argument that, well, they may have had a little bit more time, with a normal neurochemical flow, like, because there's like psychiatrists and psychologists apparently call bipolar like the equivalent, the mental health equivalent of like terminal cancer. Like bipolar 1 anyway, certainly not bipolar 2. But it can legitimately be a death sentence for some people. But I mean, anyways, like, just getting back to my point, like, if you are in a relatively comfortable space and you feel like you can operate and you can even potentially grow, you have free time, you have sanctuary, you have fucking, the bare minimum to say, holy fuck, that was the craziest bird I've ever seen. What the fuck was that? I'm sure you totally didn't catch that. I'm totally not hallucinating. That was like white and blue. What the fuck? Oh, look. Oh, that's so fucking cool. Let's go check this out. Yeah, why not? Fucking love birds, man. Put bird feeders every spring. Fucking squirrels fuck with them constantly, though. But I mean, essentially what I'm trying to say in a long-winded speech is, maybe, just maybe, psychedelics could help us like move forward on an evolutionary level, because I feel like we are in a state of evolutionary stasis, and we have been for some time, like suspended animation, all that. Where is this cool little rare bird? I don't know, but that's very interesting. It's like it's following me around. It flew past me twice. I'm pretty sure I caught it on camera the second time. Bye, little birdie. Bye, little trippy birdie. That's a fucking cool bird. Anyways, all I'm saying is, maybe that is at least for me, it totally makes sense that, psychedelics are sort of the missing part of my existence. Because, it just for me anyways, that is definitively true, because it is an essence treatment. I have a serotonin deficiency, and psychedelics are supplementing that serotonin that I am not producing endogenously. Makes sense. I'm not saying that would apply to everyone, but maybe, just maybe, if everyone could take something beneficial out of it and do it when they're in a place where they're stable and they feel comfortable doing that, then potentially we could break through the shackles of being a species just in, this suspended state of evolution. Because, like, honestly, why aren't we developing? Like, yes, we're developing. You can make an argument that we're developing technologically, but we're not developing physiologically or neurologically. Sure, you could say we have longer lifespans, but, that is for obvious reasons, and I wouldn't say that's necessarily an evolutionary trait. I mean, if you were to take those same people and throw them in the wilderness, I don't think they would have any better chance of surviving than someone from 100 years ago. So, yeah, I mean, that would make that argument kind of bullshit, but I don't know. I'm honestly just arguing with myself at this point because why the fuck not? But, anyways, I'm rambling. I'm just saying, like, psychedelics could be a good thing to, like, legitimately supplement and enhance our life and to refine our perspective and to humble us, to bring us to our knees when we need a good fucking slap upside the head from Mother Nature, from the universe, and go, hey, clean up your mess. Fucking quit fucking around, get off the couch, stop watching Netflix. It's not a bad thing. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, I'll just shut up for now. Goodbye. Subscribe. Fuck off. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. Bye.